Okay, everybody, I'm back with part 3. Today we're going to paint the book that we are altering. I did some color mixing and swatching before I started this. I did it yesterday. Excuse me. I mixed up kind of this orangey, it's really warm orange color. It was in this yellow bottle, so it's got some yellow paint on the edge. I got this kind of a plum purple color, which I think is really great with fall. And then these two I didn't have to mix. This is a Tuscan red and gold. I really just want the gold there for a bit of shine and a little bit of glitter. Not glitter, I don't know, just to jazz it up a bit. Let's put it like that. So I just swatched it onto some cheap watercolor paper. Just to test my colors, make sure they all work together and it looks good with the book. And I really think that these all look good. And I have some images that I have selected that are printing right now, actually, that I'm going to use to decorate the book. I haven't decided on the front cover what I'm going to do yet, but yeah, I'm going to start painting some pages. I played around a little bit with the paint. I think this is a bit heavy with the purple. I want a bit more of the red, which hopefully I have some. I used quite a bit of the red to mix the purple. I may have to mix some more red. I have some bright like fire engine red, but that's obviously not the color I want. But I may be able to dull it down and see what I can do with that, just to make sure that I have enough red. Because I don't want to get halfway through the book and run out of a color and then it's not cohesive. It doesn't all flow. But I played around. I used these sponges and did some blotching with the paint on there. And then I took a dry brush and dry brushed on some gesso, just to kind of mute it a little bit. I don't really like the gesso as a bright white, so I inked over it with some walnut stain, the distress stain. And I like this look. Now, I'm not going to do the whole book like that because I think that's going to be boring. I will do some with just dry brush strokes. I really like that look as well. My main goal is to get color throughout the book and what's the word I'm looking for? Just kind of cover the text enough that it's not legible. I don't want it to still be legible. If there are a few words that are legible, that's fine. That doesn't bother me. I don't want the book to be like you can sit and read it. This book, being it's a children's book, I spit a little bit, sorry. It's a children's book. I know that there isn't going to be anything inappropriate, and it will be fitting because it's animals and it talks about barns and barnyards and animals. So it'll be fitting, I think, also for the theme of autumn. So I guess I will get started. I was just debating a moment ago, do I want to do the cover first or do I want to do the inside first? And I still don't know. I haven't decided. Oh, while I'm thinking about it, I decided to change from the black background to this brown. My nonstick sheets are black. It's just what I found to buy, and I like them being black, but my camera doesn't. So I just put down some brown packing paper. So hopefully the lighting is better in these next couple of videos, however many it takes to finish this series. I think I may split it up and do pages and then cover separate. I don't know what I'm doing with the cover yet, so I'm just going to start in on some pages and go from there. I don't want to get ahead of myself and do too much. Let's see. My book is upside down. Probably not a good start. Let's see. I am going to cover this up. Let's just pour some paint first. Let's see. Let's do the red. And gold. And if they mix while I am painting. That also does not bother me. The orange, they'll mostly just make a brown color if I mix them. I don't know why. I put 3 on one and 1 on the other. That did not really make a lot of sense, but you know, it's what I did. Okay, and these are just cheap. This is like, it was like one of the Dollar Tree sponges that I just cut apart. And I kind of shaped it so that there's no hard edges. Hopefully, we'll see. Alright, I'm going to start. How am I going to start? I don't know. Doing this like with the camera on, I almost feel like I've never done it before, even though that is not the case at all. I don't. And I may, yesterday's video, well, the last one, the part 2, was really long and chatty, and I don't know how you guys feel about that. So I might just record this and then maybe edit it. I don't like editing videos. I'll be honest with you. My computer, it acts like it's 100 years old. It's not that old at all, really. Well, I guess in computer years. So my editing program is like Windows Movie, whatever, Video Maker or something. I don't even remember what it's called. And it takes forever. You have to load the video. You have to wait for it to change the video file to something else. I don't even know exactly what it's doing. I do want to keep some of this white space, which I just realized, but I can come back and bring some of that back with the gesso. So, yeah. I like the blotching with the sponge. It really, the only word I can think of is diffuse. It really diffuses the text underneath. I don't know if that's the proper term or not, but it makes it a lot harder to read than just brush strokes, which you can with. This is just cheap, you know, like 50-cent paint, craft paint, and you can read right through it. It's fairly opaque. I kind of just want to give the appearance of like fall leaves. Oh, it's a bit thick. So, I don't know if I'll video the whole thing or just edit. I think I already said this. Edit some of it out because it's going to be basically the same thing. I mean, each page will be slightly different, but not... Whoa, 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 whoa. That was a lot of gold. I just want some flecks of gold in here, not... I don't want it to be all gold. Okay, I think I like that. I'm gonna kind of like how that's framing. I like it's got the brush strokes and the splotches. I don't know what the correct term is. I'm going with splotch. Splotch is a good technical term. I know, I'm crazy. Okay, now, like I said, I don't like editing, so this is just going to be loud, and that's what it's going to be. So, yeah, I'm going to heat it with a blow dryer, so I don't have a heating tool, but I have a blow dryer, and it works just fine, so it'll be loud while I dry it. It's a fun, messy job. And I will be going and inking all of the pages, so this bright white will not remain bright white. So that was a lot of purple. I said I was going to tone down on the purple. I don't know. I'm really liking I'm really liking that purple right now, though. I don't know why. Let's go in with more of the orange color, I guess. This is my favorite way to paint because it's just messy. Oops. Dry brush strokes are real easy to work with. I'm going to put a touch of gold in there. I could, and what you could do is put like some wax paper or parchment paper or something between the pages so that you're not getting paint on the other pages, but really that doesn't bother me a whole lot because it's going to be, they're all the same colors. They're not, you know, contrasting or you know, different spreads. It's going to be all cohesive anyways. But if that bothers you, because sometimes, you know, you'll get that line along the top that might be a little different. This is actually a really good, it turned out really well, kind of a pumpkin orange, which I'm really liking. For me, I don't know, I really like the Tuscan red. I wish I had more of it. Wish I hadn't used all of it to make the purple. But I made so much purple because the original book I wanted to use was purple. It was like that exact same color, which I really liked. But, well, I know, I got all whiny. Sorry. I really liked that color, but that book was not stitched. That made me really sad. It looked, when I picked it up, I mean, I didn't like study it, but when I was in the thrift store, I checked the spine and it looked stitched. So I went to take a page out. Okay, I'm gonna try again. Maybe. I have to blow into my what's this thing called, blow dryer, so that it cools down. It's old. Also, you'll notice since these pages are glued together, when you add the wet paint, it sometimes causes it to wrinkle and warp. But as it dries, most all of the time, that goes back down to mostly flat. I mean, it's not 100% because it has wet medium on it. But and these are not going to be completely dry, so keep that in mind. Once you're done with your book, it is. I need some more purple on this page. I don't think I put any on it. What was I saying? I don't think. No, what was I? Oh, you don't want your pages to stick together. So when you're done with all of your pages, stand your book up and kind of spread the pages out. So, and let them dry probably like overnight or something. Ah, that's better. I might have to add more. A lot of this, once I start adding pictures and places, I'll probably add like some places of just, I'm sorry, I'm trying not to say 100 times, but I still do that. The coffee dyed paper, just, you know, a square here and there or a circle or something for a place to journal, along with probably an image or something. I was going to count my pages just to see how many I had. I haven't done that yet. So a lot of this is probably the part that I will be cutting out because, I mean, I only have so much to say. But I think I figured out the look I like, the look I'm going for, and the process, like the order in which I want to paint the book, the colors I mean, so that the colors come out the way I want them to and not muddy or anything like that. So I'm going to cut you off, I think. Yeah. I might go back and fix this page, but I'm going to cut you off and I'm going to continue painting like this. They won't be all exactly the same. And I may go in afterwards and add in some of the paint blotches to add that look of leaves. But so far I'm really liking this really streaky, warm color palette that I have going on here. So I'm just going to continue that on through the book, and then I will, I'll just put the videos together. It takes forever on my computer, but it's worth it. So, okay, bye guys, until, well, in about a second. Sorry. I just thought I would mention real quick that when you're doing a pocket, you don't obviously have to go clear to the bottom, but you do want to get some color in there so that there isn't a, like a stark line of where the paint stops and the pages are just white. So get a little paint in there, but then Make sure that it doesn't stick together, and when you dry it or blow dry it or whatever, you're going to want to blow dry into the pocket to dry that paint specifically, so that it doesn't stick down. So I just want to say that real quick. Okay, I have painted all of the pages. I went through and I changed to this page completely. After a while I did not like the sponge, where I applied the paint with the sponge, the blotchy paint effect. I didn't really like it as much as I liked the streaky effect. So I'll just quickly go through and show you. I painted around the pictures because I do want to keep them, and I also want to reincorporate the other pictures. Yeah, some of the pages, I mean, they don't look exactly the same, which is fine, but they're all the same colors, same brush strokes, and I think it works well together. They don't all have to be exactly the same. So just quickly, I left some of these, if you remember when I was gluing on the last video, open so they flip up. Got pockets here as well as here, and there's the back. And I think this is a bit darker. I might go in and add a bit more color to this because it's quite dark. I did realize going through that, I know I'm saying I'm doing it again, I'm saying the thing a lot, that the colors worked best if I put the purple down first. I don't know. I mean, not always. I don't know. Yeah, that's how I did it. So I'm going to leave it set up like this. Oh, another thing I did want to mention is do paint your pages first, the inside. Otherwise, you're going to get paint on your cover while you're painting the pages, and that will mess up whatever you've done to the cover. So I know at the beginning I was saying it doesn't matter, but it kind of does, because you don't want to mess up what you've already done. And when you paint the cover, I mean, I'll have another video about painting the cover. So, I mean, we got a pretty good start here. I'm going to leave these open to dry for a bit just to make sure they don't stick together. Make sure none of them are stuck. And I'm going to let them dry for a bit. And I will see you on the next video. Thanks, guys. Bye.